Good evening, Wellness Warriors. Welcome to Empower Hour this Sunday night, the 2nd of February 2020. How are we all? How has your week been? I hope it's been well. For those that are just tuning in, I'm Carla Andrews. And tonight we are opening up the conversation around mental health and well-being as we do every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Tonight we're going to be focusing on kindness, and we will then be looking at the weekly wellness wins. And this week I want to know what positive growth you've achieved as well. And then a little bit later on, we will look at the cards that we do each week. We have 3 different sets and we choose one from each one. So that's the roundup of the hour. I've got some people tuning in now. Good evening, Catherine. How are you? Let me know how you all are. And it's great that you're saying you can pop in and say hello. So tonight we're going to be looking at the value and practice of kindness. It's February, so it's the month of love. Valentine's been whack bang straight in the middle of it, and this month we're going to be in our Happy Hub, our shop, concentrating on love and, more importantly, self-love, because I don't think we're taught that enough from being young. And sometimes when we think of love, it's about outwards rather than inwards. So we're going to be looking at that tonight. Good evening, Rob. How are you? Rob the Bass has joined us, another regular. So good that we have so many regulars now. So be thinking of your wellness wins, guys, and when I give you a shout a bit later, you can fill them up in the comments and we'll go through each and every one of your wellbeing wins. Try and find me three things that have happened to you over the last week that, yeah, you look back on and you think that was good, that was a good moment. And this week as well, I want you to start considering what positive growth you've had, what you've done, what's taken you out of your comfort zone. So, Catherine, her lovely daughter, is here just for a few minutes before bedtime. So thank you for joining us. I really do miss you and your brother. Can't wait to the school holidays again when you can join in with us and let me know your wellness wins. Maybe get Catherine to text yours over to me at some point. And I hope you sleep well tonight and have a good week at school next week. So, okay, guys, so let's talk kindness. I found a fantastic quote from Henry James. He said, there are 3 things in life that are important, and the first is to be kind. The second is to be kind, and the third is to be kind. And I loved that quote. I thought that was really great. So, kindness requires us, it requires the ability for us to recognise our thoughts and feelings and the capacity to recognise others. Numerous studies show that kindness does increase our well-being. Sometimes it is easier to be kinder to others before being kind to ourselves, and that's why you see so many people hold on, I have my son deciding to,
hello everyone, just want to say hello. I started to work
he's
4
off to
minutes
work.
ago, so I'll see you later.
All right, bye, son.
Love you.
Love you too, darling. No, oh, kids. So that was a quick glimpse of my son. So many of you have seen him over the last couple of years. He now works full-time as a carer, and he's off to go and do a night shift. So anyway, back to kindness. So there are so many studies out there that say about kindness being good for our well-being, and giving to others, being kind to others is sometimes so much easier than being kind to ourselves. We'll be exploring a bit of that in a minute. But there's a close link to kindness and compassion. The Dalai Lama himself says a sensitivity, compassion defines it as a sensitivity to the suffering of self and others, and a deep wish and commitment to relieve that suffering. So it's not just about wishing it away, it's actually trying to help change it, whether that's for someone else or for ourselves. Now, there's been numerous studies done, and there was a researcher that come up with the theory of self-compassion. It's built on three pillars. One being the threat system, so one being the drive system, and one being our soothing system. Now, these should all be about equal, but however, life hits us in all different ways, and some people have a really, really high threat system, causing lots of anxiety. Some people have a really, really high drive system, which can cause lots of self-criticism, and some people have a really low self-soothing system. They might not have got the love that was needed when they were younger, or might not have it as an adult. And if there's an out of balance, then we really, really struggle with our emotions. So we need to try and create all three at being an equal level. And the first one to work on really is our soothing system. So being kind to ourselves, being kind to others. When we talk about kindness, most of us can say, oh yeah, well, I've done this for someone, or I've done that for someone. But how often are we kind to ourselves? How often do those voices hit into our head about how worthless we are, how we're not good enough, how we don't deserve something? There's certainly some of the stuff that I've struggled with over the years that I've been quite vocal about. And when I work with my customers on a one-to-one, these are the self-sabotaging voices that they're being told constantly. So we really have to nurture our self-soothing system and build that up. So, as I said, it's easier by doing small things for other people, opening the door for someone, saying good morning to someone, letting someone go, like when you're driving. There are all different things that we can do to help someone else. But then to help ourselves, we've got to start using that language of where we are actually kind to ourselves. So if you can't do something, chuck the word yet on it. I love extending sentences for people when they say, oh, I can't do this, and I shout out yet, or look at our language, what our language is telling us, because otherwise we're just reinforcing our negatives when our language is negative. There's a brilliant book that I refer to quite often with my customers, and that's called Flip It by Paul McGee. No, can't remember. I have to look it up. I've lent it to someone at the moment, but it's about flipping your language, and it really is a fantastic book. Michael something, I think. I'll look it up and let you guys know. So yeah, that's our kindness. So what can you do? Set yourself a task in the next week to recognise the kindness to yourself and kindness to others. So Catherine has come to us and said wellness wins. She's got her wellness wins already, so we'll be doing those in just a minute. The lovely Alex has joined us. Thank you, Alex, for joining us. Be thinking of your wellness wins. Mike's joined us. So guys, think about your wellness wins, 3 things that have happened to you over the last week that are your moments of joy. And I also would be really interested in any moments of positive growth. So reflect back and think about where you've come out of your comfort zone and how that felt, and reflecting on it, and how that can help you going forward. At the end of the hour, we'll be looking at our cards as usual as well. So we'll be getting them out. So I'm going to jump straight into Catherine's wellness wins. Her daughter says she's finished her model of Kenilworth Castle homework. Well done. I do remember my children's homework and trying to find time to do it. Sometimes when kids bring home homework, it takes so long. So I'm so pleased that you've got that done. One for you, Catherine. Shopping trip for other half this afternoon. Although I got 2 new dresses for £15, that sounds like a bargain to me. And other half says hers was spent in afternoon baking with the kids and nieces and nephews, even though daughter was heavy-handed with baking powder. Lightest cakes you've ever tasted. That's awesome. Fantastic wellbeing wins, and thank you very much for sharing, Catherine. What about moments that have taken you out your comfort zone this week? Think about those for me, guys. Right, my wellness wins were I had a friend round for dinner and her son Thursday night, and her son's been struggling for a little while, and she had to nip out and run an errand, and her son opened up to me for the first time in quite a while. He'd been quite closed for a while, so that is definitely one of my wellness wins, is being able to be there for him to sort of offload and delve into what things had been bothering him. So that was really great. So that was that day. Then yesterday I ended up exploring. I went with a friend to Southend or Shoebury-Ness, and I love going past Thorpe Bay and looking at all the big houses and wondering what they all do for a living. And we went exploring, went to the beach, probably nearly broke my neck because it was pitch black, and looking up at the stars and having fantastic company. So that was definitely a wellness win. And then yesterday, going to the spa with Relax and Reboot, I needed it just as much as the people that come along with me. So yeah, that's my 3 wellness wins for the week. Evening with friends, helping her son, spa, and then spending last night looking up at the stars in great company. So yeah, that's my 3 wellness wins. Yeah, some good wellness wins there. So share me yours, guys. Let me know 3 things that have gone really well for you this week, and then we'll get the cards out. So I've had my music on today. Do love my music. I've just put Bon Jovi on. Well, actually, Bon Jovi, I think his band is called. I haven't dug that album out for years. But it's a brilliant album. Just very relaxing. So, how are you spending your Sunday? How have you relaxed today? Let me know. So Rob has his wellness wins. He has played 2 sets with ad hoc bands today. Awesome. Went to Guitar Hero show at the Palace Theatre. Wow, is that the Guitar Hero like the video game? Because that would be quite awesome. And then Southend United won. A rare event indeed. I think they call that one a miracle, Rob, if I believe correctly. Sorry. But yes, 3 fantastic wellbeing wins from the lovely Rob. Catherine has shared things outside of her comfort zone, lots of presenting this week to senior people and having to anticipate what questions I would need to answer. Yeah, that's definitely one outside of the comfort zone. When you came out of the meetings, though, how did you feel? Let us know, Catherine. Good evening, Claire. How are you? Hope you're well. Oh, I've just thought of another wellness win. I met again with the NHS this week, and our contract is going through, which is our first big NHS contract. So when it's all signed, sealed, and everyone signed it, I'm going to actually frame it in the Happy Hub. It really is a proud moment for the last 5 years. All of our work is now being recognised, and there's going to be funding in place going forward. So that's definitely a great one. Good evening, Mark. How are you? Let me know. And also, Claire and Mark, if you think you could, come and share with us your wellbeing wins. We've had some from Catherine, from her partner baking and cooking, some cakes, to some shopping, and we've had Rob's for Guitar Hero. So yeah, some fantastic wellbeing wins out there. Catherine has said, coming out of the meeting, making a big sigh, the taking your bra off at the end of the day. That is definitely a wellbeing win in itself, Catherine. I will say I haven't lost the weight from Christmas yet, and yeah, I know the bra at the end of the day feeling coming off. Men, I'm so sorry that you don't get that, but you're just going to have to trust us ladies that that's a good feeling. I'm really glad you're well, Claire. That's great. So nice of everyone to join us. Always enjoy that you join us on a Sunday night. Mark said, not too bad, been in the metro online today about my bipolar journey. Lots going on and feeling good. Oh, that's fabulous. That's fabulous. Always good when we've got lots going on and we're feeling good. Drives us forward. And that's where we've got to be kind to ourselves as well. We was talking kindness a little bit earlier, and I quoted Henry James. 3 things in life are important. The first is to be kind, the second is to be kind, and the third is to be kind. So make sure that you remember that quote for the week, guys, and you practice that. And kindness isn't just to others, it's to yourself. If only we could teach loving yourself to children in school, it would be amazing. We teach kindness to others, but sometimes it feels selfish to love yourself and to invest in yourself, but it really isn't. It's essential for our well-being. I'm going to say hello to the people that are watching and haven't dropped in, because I know that sometimes I have some of you watch and you just want to be in the background, but I don't know who you are. I can just see numbers, but I just want you to know I really appreciate you dropping by and watching these lives. I really hope that you find them useful. Claire shared with us, it's been a busy week and I've been unwell, but I've still managed 2 hospital appointments in London with my son. That was definitely a win. Well done. London, going to hospital appointments in London is hard work, let alone when you're taking someone with you. So I hope the appointments went well and you got everything that you wanted for them. We supported this week a couple of people going to appointments. I think it's really important to work out what you want from a hospital appointment, the questions that you want to ask doctors or psychiatrist or whoever you're seeing, and go in there with a piece of paper if you have to, with them all noted down, because sometimes I do find that when people come out, they always go, I wish I'd asked this, or I wish I'd done that. Mark has said, a simple act of kindness creates an endless ripple, like dropping a pebble into a lake of kindness creates kindness. Absolutely. The ripple effect. And remember, smiles are contagious. So just even a smile in the morning. I've told you guys before that in the past I've been walking around the park, and I've just said hello to someone and started off a random conversation. I remember she's now one of our customers, but when I met her, I just complimented her on her wellies. She had fabulous wellies on, and she literally broke down in tears that I was the first person that she'd spoke to in days. And yeah, so kindness is so important, guys. And I don't know, in this day and age, it seems to be that people were thinking like, oh, the good old days, everyone would say hello. Well, we can all do that now. We're just all as guilty. So if you do walk past someone, you can say good morning. I don't think the world is as bad place as sometimes we can make it out to be. Like, obviously, who you hang around with, or who your family mixes with, or watching stuff on social media, you have to start working out what's real and not. Like, if we listen to social media and the news, the world is a dark place and there's no hope. But honestly, I see kindness every single day. I see people reaching out. I see miracles happening every day, and I think if we all was brave enough to be kind and put ourselves on the line a little bit more, it's good karma and it all comes back round. Catherine has said, I always take notes with me to hospital appointments because otherwise I do also forget what I want to ask. Absolutely, because anxiety can kick in, and when that kicks in, my head goes all fuzzy, and I can't think straight. So if you're ever in that situation, whether it's doctor's appointment, whether it's an interview, whatever it is, and you want to say something, just write it down before you go in. Don't ever be embarrassed about having a piece of paper with you with some writing on it, because anyone on the other end of that situation should respect that. It's not a problem. We're all different and we all have different coping mechanisms. So, but just dig in and find what your coping mechanisms are, what you need, and use them. Right, okay, I'm going to go to the cards. Good evening, Mel. Thank you for joining us. Right, what am I doing first, guys? Stress less, empowering questions, or affirmators? What's happening first? We've been talking kindness, Mel, and well-being wins. So what 3 things have been going well for you over the last week? And the lovely Phil has joined us. Phil Norton. Now, this is a man that knows all about kindness. Phil, you run, or you're certainly part of street pastors and school pastors and rail pastors. Now, this man gets about. He does work helping others all across, from Harlow to Basildon, Billericay, training people to go out on the railways and help people that might be in need. They do it late at night in Billericay and Basildon as street pastors, and they also go into schools. and they're just there for a friendly chat and just to help people. So it's awesome. So that man knows all about kindness. Mel has said, loves my hair. Well, thank you very much, Mel. I will take that compliment. See, that's another thing that's quite hard when it all comes down to kindness, is giving compliments is easy. Receiving them can be extremely hard. I remember in the past, people would come round and say, oh, I like this. And I'd be, oh, yeah, it was an absolute bargain. It was this price. I went into where I got it from, how much it was, rather than going, thank you. That's very kind of you. So, yeah, giving compliments is a great one. Mel's found out she's going to be a nanny again. That's awesome. So that's a fantastic wellness win. So Mel has already got a granddaughter. So that's awesome. Is that from your son or from your daughter, Mel? Let me know. Phil has shared with us really exciting possibility with the Pioneer School. So that's his wellness win. That's awesome. Pioneer School is such a fabulous school in Basildon. Some of you guys that are newer tonight, so Mel and Phil, we have a lot of regulars on here, and they're sharing the love with you, so that's awesome. I run this week. I run Empowerment Hour every Sunday night at 8 o'clock, and some people are crazy enough to ditch their tellies and just chat with me for the hour in our quest to open up the conversation around mental health and well-being. So each week I choose a subject and spend the first 10, 20, 30 minutes talking about that. Then we talk about our wellness wins and areas of positive growth where we've stepped out of our comfort zones in the last week, and how we have fueled that to shape who we are in our quest for improved well-being. And then we end the hour with our cards. So we always choose from stress less to empowering questions to affirmators. Oh, and I always nearly drop them all. So that's what we do each week, guys. Someone has said, we don't chat, you do. So it's one of my admins, because it's come up as an admin. As a motivating minds, yes, you guys do chat. You do chat. Catherine always chats to us, and yeah, lots of people do join back in the chat and let us know how their well-being, what their well-being wins are, and I just share the love. It's the lovely Lindsay. Lovely Lindsay, who is behind the Motivated Minds tonight. So Motivated Minds, our page has got 4 admins. So I'm obviously one, Lindsay is another, we have the lovely Jo and Donna. So there are 4 people. When you see all our posts go up all week, sharing positive quotes or psychological concepts or just good news stories, it's one of us 4 behind that. Okay, so I'm going to go for your favourite, the stress less cards first. These are always very popular each week. They have different activities on to do and how it impacts our... Oh, I'm going to choose this one. This one did come up months and months ago, but I'm going to choose this one again tonight because it fits in with our theme of kindness and self-compassion. And I did this. So, okay. Da, da, da. A love letter to you. Take a moment to write yourself a love letter. Write all the things you love about yourself and get into detail. Caress yourself with the words. When you're feeling loving, accepting, and good feelings, the stress based on the feeling of fear will vanish. The body will react to your good thoughts and produce hormones, which in turn will erase stress hormones from the body. Now, although it says erase, I would say I wish it would erase, but it will lower. And certainly over time, we aim always to lower those stress hormones, and we always want to aim to increase the endorphins and the oxytocin, because that's what we need to lower that stress. So write yourself a love letter. I don't know if I know I've got mine, but I think my battery's dead on my phone. No, I have 5%. It was really hard to initially write this because it's very deep and personal to yourself. And it's yeah, it just, I was practically in tears when I wrote this, but I'm so pleased that I did because I've saved it on my phone. So this is my love letter to myself. Dear Carla, beauty isn't measured by your skin or shape. Beauty is measured by the depth of your heart. And Carla, your heart is unbound. Despite your scars, you still love unconditional. Despite your tears, you still love fully. You are pure of heart. Your love and understanding has gifted you a vision very few are brave enough to pursue. Your soul's purpose travels through you as fluid as air, and I am in awe of your determination to see struggles through. You are tenacious. The fire you hold in your belly burns bright light, radiating a beam of light to others during their dark times. You are a lighthouse. You are hope. When I look in your eyes, I see the pain, but I also see a willful spark of mischievousness. When you smile, I see unadulterated joyfulness. You are free. Life is not measured by material objects, it's measured in love, belief, hope, and freedom to be you. Carla, be you because you are enough. And that was my love letter that I wrote to myself when I first got this love card. And I wrote that on the 3rd of November. So, yeah, I found that very hard to do. But I was really, really proud when I did it. So, stress less. Make sure you write yourselves a love letter over the next week. Catherine has just said, oh, another wellness win. Caught up with a colleague I used to see a lot on Friday for a hot chocolate. Just chatted, not having a meeting. Couldn't believe how refreshed I felt after. Recharged me for the rest of the day. That is definitely a wellbeing win. Well done. That's awesome, Catherine. See, these wellbeing wins all coming in. Thank you, Claire. That's very kind of you. But Claire, I want you to write your own one, okay? That is the challenge. That is the mission. And I will be bugging you over February, guys, to do that. Also, saying that, for February, it is Action for Happiness. New calendar is out, and it is Friendly February. If you haven't seen the Action for Happiness calendars before, they are amazing. There is a different one each month with something to do each day. And today is Friendly February. So we have already uploaded it onto our Motivating Minds page. So scoot back through to the 1st of February. Lucky it was only yesterday. And have a look at the calendar and print it off. Definitely, if you work, pop it on your work calendar or on your work notice board. The lovely Lindsay has said, well done. Not many of us could do that and share it. I know it is very deeply personal. It's very hard to write it in the first place, Lindsay. I found it excruciating, to be honest, but I set myself that challenge to do it. And then to share it with others, my only hope in doing that is to show my vulnerability is okay. Because when I chat to everyone, we all have so many vulnerabilities, and we don't talk about them, and we don't see that sometimes that's where our mental health, or certainly our struggling mental health, is based in all these vulnerabilities. So I just try being a mouthpiece of what's going on in my head, so others can think, wow, I'm not alone, or yeah, they can see through the confidence and all of that. Because I was saying to someone today, funny enough, people always said, oh, you're so confident, or you're so brave, or you're so courageous, and I don't think I am. I think I've just had to be in situations where I've had to move forward all the time, because if I didn't move forward, I would have been in trouble in lots of ways, both physically and mentally. So, what I've learned over the last 5 years is that sharing how I feel and what goes on in my head and what's gone on in my past seems to give other people the understanding that it's okay that they can share too, or that they can work on themselves too, that we're not the finished article at any point. You are a mouthpiece. They don't know you. You're a mouthpiece. Thank you. And yeah, so thank you, Lindsay. It's really kind of you. Right, okay, so I'm going to go on to empowering questions now. Right, let's have a look. Oh, what am I thankful for today? Okay, I am thankful for my friends. I am thankful for my car. It stopped leaking. I have a dry boot. Do you know what I did last night? I took the roof off of my car and drove. It was freezing out, but it was so exhilarating. And not that I could look up whilst driving, but the sky was clear and you could see all the lights along the estuary, and it was amazing. So I'm thankful for that my car isn't leaking, and that I had wonderful company, and yeah, I'm thankful for being alive because it made me feel alive. So that's what I'm thankful for today. Catherine has said, I think talking about mental health is vital to normalise it. One of my most enjoyable presentations this week was to our new graduates, talking about my career and my own anxiety. That's awesome, Catherine. And you're right. I just think it is normal. And when we're young, we're taught so much stuff. I was in a year 5 class this week, and they were talking about indifferential fractions. Now, the only time I have ever covered fractions in my life is like, there's a bar of chocolate, I've got my 2 children here, how much are they going to get? And the answer was none. Okay, so, or there's a birthday cake, there's 16 people here, can I cut it into 16 bits, or shall I just take it home and eat it myself? So, yeah, I mean, teaching children about indifferential fractions, and there was some other kind of fractions. Honestly, it left me brain dead. And although I managed to do it on the day in the lesson, I've still come away at 43 years old and still couldn't tell you what it is or do it again. And I've probably been taught that myself at primary school, certainly at secondary school, when I reset my GCSEs, but it's the only time I've ever used it. So why aren't we normalising mental health? Why aren't we talking about mental health? Why aren't we saying, actually, in my head, I have these voices that tell me I'm shit? And then we can go, wow, I have those same voices. And, that's normal. I thought it was, why? Sorry. Fractions are great, honestly. I hope your daughter's back in bed, because if I do my rant about school, then maybe kids would be like, Mum, Dad, I don't want to go to school anymore. I want to just work on my mental health and eat cake with Carla. Did I find any dry chocolate? The lovely Lindsay has asked. No, I didn't. The car did get valeted the week before, so any chocolate that was in my car would have been thrown out by the valeter. So, no, is the answer. My car is immensely clean, but it has got new stormtrooper ornament. I had absolute fun last night. I went and played 2p machines at Southend, and it's amazing what little things that you can do as a kid that you can revisit as an adult, and are so much fun. And 2p machines is right up there for me. And I won a I didn't. The person I was with, we won a stormtrooper and a Darth Vader. So they got the Darth Vader, I got the stormtrooper. That makes me such a happy bunny. So it's those little things in life. It's those little moments that go into the happy bank. So my car now has a little stormtrooper ornament. Claire has put, my son is not sleeping and he dislikes school and would rather be attached to me all day. Yes, unfortunately, school is a toughie, and a lot of children would like to be attached to their parents all day. However, for the sanity of parents, we need kids to go to school, or that's how I certainly felt. So, Claire, we've just got to make school the best place for them, and I'm lucky I work with quite a few schools now on developing positive mental health curriculum for them, so that's awesome. So maybe ask your school what they're doing to help develop positive mental health. Catherine has put, forget my daughter, the other half is a maths teacher. She'll be round later with some worksheets for you. Thank you. Can you bring some cakes with you, please? I heard you've been baking, and I heard you're a fantastic cook. Catherine, did that work? Did that work? Did I get out of that? Actually, lovely Alex that usually joins us is a maths teacher as well, but secondary. I just think primary school maths is, yeah. But you make lovely cakes, Catherine's other half. So, yes, as I said, children's education. Let's hope it has positive mental health in it. PMH, as I saw all over the school plan the other day, it made me very happy that one particular school has really adopted our ideas. Lindsay's just swore at me. She said you're on a diet. I'm being mindful, Lindsay. I'm actually in the gym tomorrow morning. A friend is seeing that I am up in the morning and I say in the gym. I'm not doing the gym. I'm going swimming. So I will be there at about 6:45. So don't worry. I'm being healthy. I will bring the bike back round. So Lindsay she was very kindly the other day went and set up, we have a new spin bike at work, and she set it up at my desk and she stole my chair. So I think that, but when I went back in on the Monday, it'd all been put back, and I was secretly a little bit gutted. So I think tomorrow morning the meeting should be with me on the spin bike whilst I do the weekly meeting. Good evening, Danielle. Lovely Danielle has joined us. Right, okay, so I'm doing affirmators, my darlings, my little wellness warriors. So we'll find our affirmation for the week. Oh, there's a hair there. I'm going to just flick through some, and then I will stop at some random point. So Lindsay is definitely getting into work tomorrow and putting the bike there. I'm not saying how long I will last in that meeting. Right. Oh, right. Okay, I've got one. Oh, this is a good one. Right. Okay. Joyville. No judgment. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it into my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? I love that. No judgment. We judge ourselves so often, and we are our worst critics. We wouldn't talk to our friends like it, but we talk to ourselves in such a harsh way. So we really, really have to be very mindful. And when that inner critic comes out, that we have no judgment. So your affirmation this week is to release yourself from any and all judgments. So in the morning, take a few breaths with I release myself from any and all judgments. That's a fantastic affirmator. I love that. Do love these cards. These cards actually, unfortunately, aren't that cheap. All of these packs are about £15 each, but for me, these ones, the knock knock ones, are great because I love the pictures in them, and I just love they've got a great feel to them. So they're definitely well worth buying. You've also got kids' versions of them as well. So, my wellness warriors, what have we got going on for the next week? Let's have a think, and this is probably where Lindsay will kick in and help me. Monday the 3rd, we've got Walk for Wellness in Gloucester Park tomorrow. So we meet at the Happy Hub, and the guys go for a nice walk into Gloucester Park. Lovely time of year because you've just started to get the buds coming out on some of the trees. And I was in a park the other day and there was cherry blossom starting to come through. So yeah, a great time of year to go out. Tuesday we've got Youth Club Tuesday afternoon. Wednesday we've got Joe's Cup of Kindness, an absolutely fantastic session. That's at 11 o'clock in Basildon. Thursday we've got Mini Minecraft with the lovely Iris, who does our arts and crafts, paper folding and all different paper crafts, everything from making cards. Friday we've got our Mend project, our latest Mend project. So we're on week 3 this week, where we've got a men's only group who are building bikes and giving them to people in the community. So that's a fabulous program. And then, of course, on a Friday, we've got our board game club, followed by our Well Youth Club in Wickford. So Friday is always a busy day for us. Saturday, we've got our junior motivators in the shop doing social action projects, and we've got Bee's Cup of Kindness. So that's our Monday to Saturday. And for our challenge 2020, personal challenge 2020, we are now on our February. So January, we all aimed to do 10,000 steps, or at least be mindful of it. So all of us, like my team, motivated, and so many of our wellness warriors stepped up closer to at least 10,000 steps a day. February, we're all going to do a park run. So park run, I know we're doing the Basildon one next week. So if anyone fancies joining us, you just go onto the parkrun.org website, register. It's free registration. Register, print off a barcode, and then meet us at 8:45 in Northlands Park, just by the calf, and we will go to the first time briefers meeting. And then at 9 o'clock we do 3 laps of Northlands Park with about 100 other people. Now you can walk, run, skip, jog, hop your way around. It really is up to you. I'm going to be walking. I know that Jo and her family are going to be coming, and I think we're even convincing Jo's mum, who is in her 70s. So there really is no excuse. We're going to be having a lovely little girl who I think is about 5 or 6. All ages are welcome, and we're just going to be making our way around the course. So look forward to doing that. Ria has just joined us. Hello, Ria. You are late, but you can watch this back in your own time. Lovely Claire is saying hello to you. So that's good. Excellent. So yeah, that's what we've got going on in the week, guys. It's a quieter week from us because the week after is our social night, where we will be going bowling again. So that's the 12th of February. So if you want to join us in the evening, that's a 5:30 start, 6 start. But let us know you come in, and we'll get your tickets in for bowling. It's a great night. Yeah, so I think that's about it with what we've got going on. Please spread the word what we're all about, and share our page. It will really help, because the amount of people that do find us helpful is a real honour. So yeah, if you can tell people about us, and yeah, be great. For those that didn't want to share their wellness wins in the live stream, feel free to text them through to me, because I'll be around for a little bit, so I can chat to anyone that wants to have more of a one-to-one chat. And apart from that, I will see you all next Sunday at 8 o'clock here for your Empower Hour. Next week's theme is going to be self-esteem and self-confidence. So I really hope that you will be joining in. If there's anything that you want in particular to be shared, or any themes that you want, please do let us know, and I will do my very best to get that in for you. Apart from that, I wish you all lots of love and lots of self-compassion. Please practice that throughout the week. And remember, the 3 forces that are driving our emotions and our feelings could be thought of as being our drive, our self-soothing, and drive, and our threat. So 3 zones, 3 elements, 3 pillars, whatever you want to call it. but they're the three things that are driving our feelings and emotions. So we want to work on reducing our threat zone. We want to be reducing our threat zone. I've lost it. Our threat zone, and our drive. We want drive to be a nice and healthy balance, and we want our self-soothing system to shoot upwards. That's what we want to do over the next week to develop our self-compassion. Okay, so that's it, I think, from you guys. I'm going to end a little bit just before the hour, so if anyone does want to chat, I'm going to be around, and I will see you all next week. Thank you very much for joining in, and much love to you all. Bye.